What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Optage here, bringing you another video on the channel. Now into this video, I'm going to be talking about why the PlayStation 3 Slim console is a great investment to go ahead and get into if you're starting off gaming or you are getting back into gaming after a very long time going into 2024. Now, the main reason, firstly, is the budget. If you're under $200 is your gaming budget and you want to spend that reasonably, and you don't want to get right into Xbox Series S and X consoles. I made a video beforehand on what console to buy, a video link to that on the icon on the top part of the screen. But getting back to the point of the PlayStation 3 Slim console, for under $100, just picking up the console itself and you having $100 budget to just spend on straight games, that is just a great option. If you live in North America or Europe and Asia, it's a very, very easy and accessible console to go ahead and get into. And as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection, you can still utilize PlayStation Network online on those consoles and play multiplayer games. Mind you that only a few handful of games are still very, very active, such as like Call of Duty and like maybe the first Red Dead Redemption Online. A lot of like the top 25 popular games that have multiplayer functions that at least are online are still concurrent with players. But a lot of games have disconnected their servers, as it has been over 10 plus years, over a decade now, as the server's been up, including GTA 5, unfortunately, on the PlayStation 3 console has been disconnected. But GTA 4 is still up, which is weird, but GTA 4 multiplayer is still up and active, and that game is amazing also, by the way. And that's the beauty about the PS3 console. The game library is so immense that it's crazy. You can play any genre that you want. If you don't like first-person shooters, try adventure. If you don't like adventure, try strategy. If you don't like strategy, try RPGs, JRPGs, whatever you want. There's so many different games and variety of, game library that is out there that you can go ahead and indulge in with the PS3 Slim console. That is absolutely crazy. Now, I do understand, you probably do know, that the PS3 Fat, the original one that came out in 2006, 2007, the early series models of those consoles can actually backwards compatible play the PS2 games, about 90% of the PS2 game library. But the problem with that is, and I've actually personally owned that console, so I understand how many problems that it can get. A lot of overheating issues and a lot of sound from the fan, and it isn't a very efficient and good console to own, especially now. It has been very, very long time. You have to make severe modifications to the PS3 Fat console to have it running and actually playable long term, especially now in 2024. Now, with the PS3 Super Slim console, which is even newer, that is not a bad console also. I just personally don't like the look of it, and sometimes some of those consoles are a little bit more expensive than the PS3 Slim console. So that's why I just say stay away from those models and get the PS3 Slim variant. And that's just going to be a very, very great time, because not only that, even if you don't like the DualShock 3 controller that is included, you can actually use a PlayStation 4, DualShock 4, or a PlayStation 5 DualSense controller wirelessly or wired connected to your PS3 Slim console, which means you can play all the games that you want utilizing a newer controller if you aren't happy with the PS3's DualShock 3 controller, which is crazy, right? And with that, you can play wired or wirelessly, and it's just amazing, man. It's like you're playing on the new generation of consoles, especially with some of the graphics that are on some of these games. Recently, I've been playing Midnight Club Los Angeles, which Rockstar unfortunately haven't made a reiteration of. So I've been playing that a lot, and I've been using my PS5 controller on my PS3 to just play those games, because if you get a Xbox Series S, I think, or Xbox Series X, there is a backward capability with that, but the console there is like $350 just for the console, right? So if you're getting the PlayStation 3 for like under $100 and you're picking up like 4 or 5 games, that will be under a $120 to $150 budget, which is crazy, And if you're trying to get like over 20-30 games, you'll be spending around $100, as long as they're in the top 50 games in the PlayStation 3's lifespan, because games that are more niche or hard to collect can be very, very expensive. But the top 50 games on the PlayStation 3 console should be around $5 or $10 or less, because of how much of the volume that they've actually sold and is out there for people to go ahead and play and sell. Now, another very underrated capability of the PS3 consoles are the multimedia capabilities. Now, that also meaning that you can actually use and play videos and movies via Netflix or Amazon Prime, or even put in physical hardware content from like your iPod, your phone, or whatever into your PS3 console via USB. And then you can go ahead and save or export, import files, videos, media, all from your PS3 console, which is crazy. It's like a hub, kind of like a mini PC, as you can say, you know, and you can connect it to your monitor or TV and essentially make it like a smart device. So that is a great thing about it. Usually like smart TV Roku boxes or Android boxes are around $50 anyways. So alongside that, you're also getting a pretty compatible and competent gaming console for the same price. Is pretty insane to see. You can also utilize it for like a Blu-ray media player or a DVD player as well, which, you know, it's hard to come by, especially now with like the digital consoles. A lot of people have the digital PlayStation 5s or the digital Xbox Series S's, you know, so that disk drive is still pretty in demand, in my personal opinion, these days, with the media from the old days that are still people trying to consume. Just to summarize it, the PlayStation 3 Slim is a very good console for the price. It has a great extensive gaming library, and the multimedia capabilities are endless. The community is still active in the top 25 games. People are still playing even till this day, with free multiplayer, that is. But that was it. It's been your boy Optage. I will catch you guys all in my next video. Goodbye.